Two more devotionals to go this week. Today, Exodus chapter 11. This begins the chain of events leading to the 10th plague, the plague of the firstborn. The first time the word plague is used specifically in the Hebrew in the book of Exodus. At the end of what has happened so far, the nation of Egypt had just been decimated as a nation economically. Crops and animals had been decimated. And again, all part of God revealing his power over the Egyptian gods. What Egypt, and particularly Pharaoh, had placed their trust in was shown to be fractured and deficient in the face of Yahweh. But Pharaoh's heart was still unbroken. And God tells Moses the next plague is going to break Pharaoh. It's going to cause the Egyptians to want Israel gone so bad that Israel can go up to the Egyptians around them and say, hey, we're leaving. Would you mind giving us all your money, all your possessions, all your wealth? And Egypt will go, yes, just go. We see in the text here that the nation of Egypt had come around to see Moses as a powerful person. And so Moses announces the plague to Pharaoh, the death of all firstborn sons, including livestock, what remained. And this absolutely sounds harsh to us, at least harsh to us here in Canada, at least for the most part. It would. We need to remember a couple things. First, narratively, at the beginning of Exodus, the previous Pharaoh had attempted to kill all the firstborn boys of Israel. So there is a form of poetic justice, if we want to call it that here. However, there's also another dynamic at work. When we are resistant and hostile to God, we do so often not taking into consideration the effect and the cost on those around us. Now, see, Moses, he wants to show Pharaoh, or he tells Pharaoh that this plague is not going to touch Israel. There is a distinction between Israel and Egypt. Again, it goes back to verse earlier, chapter 7, verse 5, that I will be your people. I will be your God. You will be my people. A people chosen by God to reveal him to the nations. But as we will see, in fact, in the chapters that are upcoming, and we'll see in the rest of the Old Testament, God was always welcoming people of the other nations to join his covenant people. At the end of this plague, Moses tells Pharaoh, well, I should say this. Moses tells Pharaoh that at the end of this plague, your officials won't care what you say anymore. Your authority with them will be gone, will be shot, because you have resisted Israel leaving. They will come to me, Moses says to Pharaoh. Your officials will come to me and beg us to leave. They won't care what you say or think anymore. And the end of this chapter is a summary or a review of a recap. Essentially, Pharaoh's still not going to listen. God is going to perform another mighty act. And Pharaoh, even though the threat of losing his firstborn son, after seeing Yahweh's power 9 times defeat his gods, he would continue to refuse to free Israel. Here's the thought I want to leave us with today, and I'm kind of playing on this theme of Pharaoh here. I think we all want some form of deliverance from God in our lives. It could be from small things, could be from big things. It may not be slavery to an oppressive ruler, or maybe in our case, a boss or government. The deliverance we want from God may not even be from a particular sin that is oppressing us. as in a character quality. It could be a chemical addiction, could be an attitude, could be a habit or a mindset. There's something we often want deliverance from. But here's the thing I want us to think about. The road to deliverance for Israel came at a great cost to those around them because of Pharaoh's hardened heart. Here's the difficult question. Is the road God is asking you to take to find deliverance for yourself one your heart is hardened towards? You want the goal, it's the road you don't want. My question to you is, what is the cost on others around you because you're not taking that road? Maybe that's a message for you today, and it's a heavy one. Maybe it's a conversation you need to have with someone else. An addiction or an attitude that is costing the relationships around them too high a cost. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you today. And today, would you know his peace? God bless.